Okay, here we go. We're finally up against something that we are trying to play against. It only took us 7 games to find a meta deck to play against for our anti-meta deck. Imagine that. Alright, Dreams of Steel and Oil. And we will get rid of... Oh my god. This is what I'm talking about, man. Monstrous Rage ×3 Burst Lightning. What is going on with the shuffler? You're telling me that's coincidence? It happens all the time. 3 Monstrous Rages in hand. 3. Opening hand. All we needed was a little patience. Well, here we go. Hello, welcome once again to another Average Zen Presents Spectacular. I am Average Zen, of course. You've got us on a Ranked Wednesday edition, streaming to you live on Twitch as we do 4 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, usually 11 to 1 Central European Time. Thursdays, we switch it up a bit, 10 to 12 then for our Achievement Hunters Lodge. Yeah, that's what we do. And if you're looking at us on YouTube, hello. Hi. Yeah, you can find us at Average Zen Presents on Twitch, at Average Zen on YouTube, and of course on social media, Twitter, X, Blue Sky, at Average Zen. We're still doing our giveaway here. Yep, you can get entered to win maybe a box of Aether Drift Play Boosters. We got a couple of them to give away. We'll be holding that drawing on the 14th of April, so if you want to enter and you haven't already, hit up our gleam.io link. You can find that in our About section on our YouTube page, our Twitch page, or our pin posts on Blue Sky and Twitter. Without further ado, let's jump into our deck for today. We have something I'm calling Pretty Hate Machine, homage to the 9 Inch Nails album. And that is because I am fed up with Standard. And I want everyone that's playing all these ridiculous decks just to crawl in a hole for a little bit and actually let me win a game or two. So we're going to be doing a little Ketramos action with the addition of the new Bleachbone Verge. We have access to black and white mana combinations like we have never had, so we're trying for a little double Phyrexian Vindicator and Obliterator action. As far as exile, we got Dreams of Steel and Oil, goes Vacuum Soul Search to power up Ketramos, as well as Sunfall Rides in to keep those silly red players that are burning us out from doing that. We got Metropolis Reformer, and it also stops us from being duressed and whatnot late game. We got more removal in the form of Anoint with Affliction and Sheltered by Ghosts, a single one-up fun of Exercise for some annoying artifacts we might have to deal with, or bigger creatures. Armored Armadillo. I like this because it's got Ward, which doubles up with Sheltered by Ghosts. It's tough, so early game it can block those Heartfire heroes, assuming they don't have triple Monstrous Rage on them. And yeah, which hopefully we'd be able to get rid of with like a Soul Search or something. Well, let's take it into the queue, see how we do. Absolutely destroyed last hour. We were devastated. Not expecting great things this hour, so don't get your hopes up. But if we happen to find ourselves in a winning position, we will certainly celebrate up against Necro Mechanic, the Virtuous. Alright, we're on the play. Looks like a good turn for Caves of Koilos. Oh man, the Restless Fortress is really throwing off our curve here. I think we Caves of Koilos on Armored Armadillo. And then we see if we need to Restless Fortress next turn. I think that is the correct answer based on what I'm seeing. No attacks. And we'll end the turn. Already, I think the armored armadillo is stumping our opponent. Emberheart Challenger, come on down. Alright, well, we will be doing this and giving our armored armadillo friend double ward and casting another armored armadillo and getting in for some life. Monastery Swift Spear. Cool. I think this is the prowess version, so they're definitely going to have burn cards in their hand. Manifold Mouse, huh? Not as good looking without that Emberheart Challenger on the field. Well, let's go ahead and Metropolis Reformer, and we'll hold back. And that'll keep them from burning us. They'll still get the prowess trigger from the Monastery Swift Spear, but we will Soul Search next turn and try to strip anything like Monstrous Rage out of their hand. The Hired Claw. I have been playing a deck in Standard that is, I think, a lot better than this, than what they're trying to do here. I think we go ahead and block here, and we will block here. And maybe, just maybe, I mean, this is excellent. We're going to gain a lot of life here. Alright, well, that is not great. We can pitch the second shadowy backstreet. Metropolis Reformer number 2. Alright, maybe it's this time they give it double strike, yeah. Alright, well, we do the same trick. And block there. And we will leave open the Hired Claw. I have a feeling that they're going to have another Monstrous Rage or Pump Spell for that. We really want to hold on to this armored armadillo. We don't want the Emberheart Challenger back on the battlefield. Alright, well, they shock it. Because they can't shock us. And they're trying to figure out if they want a Monstrous Rage on the Monastery Swift Spear. Okay, just a Witch Stalker Frenzy. Okay, well, pay the ward. There you go. And they're about to be out of cards. Yeah. Alright, so we're down to 19. Somehow we are tied. And we draw another land. Alright then. Last card in hand is, I'm guessing, a land. No, it's holding up priority. It's got to be an instant. I think the answer here... Oh, Burst Lightning. Okay, well, they let us take it. That's fine. No attacks, and we have enough mana to activate Armored Armadillo's ability, making it a 5/4. Alright, cool. Oh, opponent, what have you done? You gotta be kidding me. Well, they can pay the ward. They can pay the ward. Oh, well. It's gonna deal how much? 5 damage. Ah, that is a bummer. They just happen to have another one. Just happen to have a second with Stalker Frenzy off the top. That's how today is going. Thank you so much, Shuffler. Well, we can get rid of the Manifold Mouse. That's something anyway. And our fate is in Shuffler's hands. Where are our Ketramoses? Where are our Phyrexian Vindicators and Obliterators? They're around here somewhere. So far, the only creatures we've drawn have been armadillos. Where is our Sunfall? And then we found one piece of removal so far: double Metropolis Reformer, double Armadillo. I don't know what they're salt roping us for. We're the ones getting the bad end of the stick here. They're drawing every bit of things that they need. A sanctuary, a Soulstone Sanctuary. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wonderful. Alright, down to 6. We'll make a might. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me, game. Can we find anything useful off the top, please? Next game. Wow, this has been a day already. Let's try again. We should easily be thrashing mono red with this deck. Absolutely thrashing it. But no, not a chance. Not with Shuffler in charge. Tax. Okay, well, at least we have a Dreams of Steel and Oil. That will help. And we have plenty of removal. Alright, let's see if you got a creature or an artifact we want to get rid of. Not a 1. Look at this. Okay. All removal all day. Cool. Us too. Just go ahead and mute you, you salty lord. Alright then, Ghost Vacuum it is. And next. And let's gobble that up for the deadly cover-up. Collect evidence. Alright, and as soon as we play the Phyrexian Obliterator, it gets hit by the end. So we can't do that. We'll get rid of our own Shard Mage's Rescue. Wow. Okay. Unholy Annex, huh? Cool. And exile our Dreams of Steel and Oil. Another Shard Mage's rescue. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that will help with Phyrexian Obliterator the first time they try to kill it. Alright. We still don't have the mana for the Phyrexian Obliterator. Okay, well, I think we just attack. Sooner or later they have to use removal, right? Sooner or later they have to use removal. Alright, they have a demon. We have an Anoint with Affliction to take care of the demon, which they knew about. Yeah, well, I guess we'll just let him kill himself. Sweet. Survey a land, not at all what we needed. Another land, not at all what we needed. Duress. Okay. Non-creature, non-land. Alright then. Where's our Metropolis reformers? They're the ones that's supposed to be keeping this from happening. We found half of them the last game. Deadly cover-up. Alright. And they lose some life. And we will exile. No, wait. Cast Catrimos. Exile the Deadly Cover-Up. And of course we draw land. Cool. Sheltered by Ghosts. No, we don't want to do that. Because then they'll just get to cast the Ritual Chamber again. Liliana of the Veil makes an appearance. Oh, we gotta sacrifice a creature? Oh no! And then they cast a second Liliana. Okay. And we sacrifice another mirror. Our Phyrexian Might. We find another land on top. Cool. Alright, well, let's exile the Liliana. And draw a card. We will attack Liliana. Oh my goodness, we didn't we had lethal. We had lethal. We were about to attack Liliana and they scooped it up. That's cool. I was too focused on Liliana, I didn't even see it. I'm glad our opponent did and just assumed we were smart. We're not. Oh, big brain play. Okay, well, let's see if we can turn this ship around. Coco, yeah, we just got completely hosed on that game too with our draws, so we still managed to pull it out somehow. Alright, we get to go first. We have a swamp. We have Dreams of Steel and Oil. We'll see what our opponent's up to. Okay, the Sky Serpent Seeker and Mother Goose. I think we get rid of the Sky Serpent Seeker first. Those being flyers, both being bad news for us, though. We don't have much in the way to deal with flyers. We do have a ghost vacuum, though. And now we have a Ketramos. The goose is loose. Honk honk. Alright, shadowy backstreet, surveil. Don't need another land, thank you, shuffler. And let's ghost vacuum our own Dreams of Steel and Oil. Find another Dreams of Steel and Oil. Dreams of Steel and Oil on them now. Oh my goodness. That's not great. Cool. That's a lot of high cast spells. And they find a Spelunking off the top. That wasn't there a second ago, I don't think. Step Between Worlds. What is even happening? Okay, well, let's cast a Sheltered by Ghosts on the Goose Mother. I mean, they're at 5 mana. They just need one more. And they can get the Season of Gathering. And so that's not great. Let's gain some life back. And now they got a Season of Gathering. Uh-huh. Oh, well. The good news is the Goose Mother comes... Okay, yeah, the Goose Mother comes back as a 2/2. Now we need another way to exile stuff. My goodness, where's all our exile effects? Osier? Okay. I'm not sure where this is going. But we do have a Metropolis Reformer. That's something. And double Shard Mage's Rescue. Well, that's both of them. We found both of them. Maybe we'll find removal, other than our Nowhere to Run. And they find a Season of Gathering. Cool. And refill their hand. Into the Floodmaw on Ketramos. Well, that's annoying. Bushwhack on the Metropolis Reformer. That is also annoying. Alright, well, we'll do that and that. Gain some life back. Desperately need an exile effect. Okay, well, that is something. That is an exile effect. Oh my god. Okay. Well, this is legendary? Yes. So they can't make a copy of that. I guess we get rid of the Bushwhack. And that gets us a Spirit. Man. Putting in some work here to try to pull this off. They have a ton of mana. Where's all our mana? Where's all our good cards? Where are they? We have them. Again, we cannot find them. We got a doppelgang on our nowhere to run. Okay. Cool. I mean, this game is over. This game is over. This is ridiculous. What are we even playing against? What is going on? I have never seen any of these decks before today. And people are like, nope, we're just going in with crazy brews today. Be prepared for anything and everything. And best of one. Well, we shall see. I swear, we put this deck together to combat the meta, and we have, on the one time we actually played against the meta deck, our deck just flopped around and did nothing because we could not draw any relevant cards. Well, at least this time we have some removal. We have some hand hate. Our opponent has authority of the consoles. This makes me think maybe they're a little bit slower. No, we do not need more land shuffler. Jesus Christ. Angels. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and soul search you there. And get rid of the Resplendent Angel. And Double Angel, Cavern of Souls. Alright then, let us go ahead and cast our own flyer in the way of Metropolis Reformer, and it comes into play tapped. Thank you so much, authority of the consoles. Not enough that you gain life off of us casting creature spells, which would be equivalent to a Johnny's Welcome. And they have their own rides in, and there goes our Reformer. Cool. Well, we got one of those too. There you go. And now anything they keep in their hand is almost certainly removal, so we'll soul search, and they find their own Metropolis Reformer. Never mind. Must be nice to be our opponent. And we find Jack Squat. And we can't even soul search them now because of the Metropolis Reformer. And we're pretty much dead because now all we can draw is lands. Cool. I mean, they're just going to gain one, but at this point, we're just doing it to gain the life. We thought we had an Elspeth Smite in our hand. That's funny. And they have a second Metropolis Reformer, so now we have to find a board wipe. All of the cards in our hand are dead. Alright, Ride's End. We'll draw us a card. And lose us a life, which puts us in lethal territory unless we find another removal spell. Okay. This is life on Arena. Get used to it. Get used to losing. Learn to love it. Angel deck. And Diamond ranked. And they play Authority of the Consoles. They find their Ride's End when we play our Metropolis Reformer. Then they find double Metropolis Reformer when we find our Soul Search. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and play down our armadillo. We have double Ketramos. Not ideal. Drew into that. Was not there in our opening hand. Gas Guzzler. I think we take this opportunity to go ahead and do Dreams of Steel and Oil and hold up the Shard Mage's Rescue. Yeah, that was a good call. Gonti can go. Uh-huh. You're waiting to cast that Fairy Mastermind on our turn? You think we're gonna draw some cards? We should be so lucky. Alright. Bad news, my friend. No, we don't need another armored armadillo. Well, let's go ahead and Dreams of Steel and Oil them again. There's the fairy. Cool. And with that, I think that means we get nothing. Wonderful. Alright, well, we definitely block. And then they're going to try to use the cut down on it. They don't. Okay. That's fair. Our issue is we're not drawing mana. That is an issue. Our opponent's on 4, we're on 3. Otherwise, I could play the Metropolis Reformer and hold it up with the Shard Mage's Rescue. As long as that Fairy Mastermind is out, we're in danger because it will draw. Okay, they're going to let us draw a card. Hey, thank you, opponent. I appreciate that. We needed that land. Now maybe we can actually do things. Let's say you Diversion Unit. Counter target instant or sorcery spell unless its controller pays 3. Cool. Alright, well, let's go ahead and cast our Metropolis Sprite, or Reformer. What is going on? What is holding priority now? Phantom Interference. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Alright then. We have 3 Restless Reefs. Yeah, you gotta pay the ward. Cool. Yeah, Spell Pierce. Okay. Cool. They just have all the answers, don't they? Good times. Well, we have a Phyrexian Vindicator. Do you have more removal? You probably do, don't you? You seem like that kind of player. Yep, there it is. Good on you. Jesus. Okay. Well, how about a Phyrexian Obliterate? No, we can't cast that. Okay. Well, get rid of the second Fairy Mastermind. And then we're taking almost lethal next turn, so we're dead. What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? What do I have to do? We've packed every single hateful card we can in this deck. And our opponent just outdraws us every single time. Every single time. Some days, the deck is stacked against you. Not your imagination. Some days, the deck is stacked against you. Kavalar is our next opponent. Hey, we have plenty of lands. Look at us go, and absolutely nothing good other than that in this hand. On the draw. Hopefully this means we can hold off for a minute against whatever this is. Bitter Reunion. Okay, so we're dealing with Reanimator deck. Seismic Monstrosaur. Okay, where's our Graveyard Hate? We need it now. Bitter Triumph. We'll get rid of the Liliana. Bitter Reunion Part 2. The Electric Boogaloo. And there's a Valgavoth. We desperately need our Graveyard Hate, please. Ghostly Vacuum, where are you? Not around, it says. Alright. They're on 4 mana next turn. Which means they can easily zombify that Valgavoth or whatever that other thing is. And give it haste. Bitter Triumph. Okay, and they get rid of a Atraxa. Okay, well, let's go ahead and Sheltered by Ghosts on one of the Bitter Reunions. Sure. That does nothing other than not get it back for you when you kill this thing. Maybe, just maybe, we'll find a non-basic land. Amazing how many basic lands we've found already. Alright, did they find it? Did they find the Reanimator? They have the mana to cast. Okay. That was an expensive bit of Triumph. Alright, Dreams of Steel and Oil. They have a land in play in hand. And we'll get rid of Valgavoth. Okay, eventually we'll find a 5th land. Hopefully it's a black mana source, because this is ridiculous. There we go. Okay. I'm guessing they have more removal. We do have a Shard Mage's Rescue. Fear of missing out. Well, they definitely have that covered. Alright, well, our opponent is whiffing almost as bad as we are. That's something. Alright, well, let's know where to run on the Fear of missing out. And we'll go ahead and attack in with the Obliterator. And hopefully They don't draw into a reanimation spell. Okay, good. Luck seems to be on our side for the moment. And we have a Dreams of Steel and Oil, so we'll go ahead and get rid of the Valgavoth. And we can even use our Armored Armadillo's ability. For 9 damage. I think I would have made a fish there and blocked the armadillo. I don't know. What do I know? Alright, we've gotten rid of everything I think that was decent in their graveyard for them to bring back. Thanks to Dreams of Steel and Oil. No such luck finding a ghostly vacuum. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Okay. And a Tally in the graveyard now. I think your dead opponent. Yeah, hey. We beat the Reanimator deck without finding anything other than Dreams of Steel and Oil to hate on them. Pretty hate machine indeed. Alright, let's try it again. We can do it. We can do better. We have, and we shall. Johnny GQ, the crafty. We are also crafty. Not crafty enough to go first, though. Sheltered Blight Ghost not looking great with no creature in hand. So I think we're going to have to go with a tap land. Turn 1. Flood Farm Verge. Are we up against... Alright, then we'll do that. Up against... Artifact? No. Rest in peace. This is perfect. That's great. And let's go with Dreams of Steel and Oil then. Don't have to worry about the graveyard. Get rid of the Overlord. They have a couple of Serums and a Sunfall. Not great for our Ketramos, but you know, you gotta do something. I don't think they're going to be on the Sunfall for a while. So let's go ahead and cast Ketramos. And I imagine they're going to Serum Snare that. Alright, well, let us go ahead and shadowy Backstreet, see if we can find something off the top. That is another Sheltered by Ghosts. Alright then. You know. I think the correct answer here is to Sheltered by Ghosts and try to draw that other Sheltered by Ghosts and draw out the Serum Snare. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, cool. That gets them another card into exile. We will replay Ketramos. Looks like they have a counter in hand now. Cool. Lovely. Alright, well, we still have 2 more in the deck. And that's really not our main win condition. It's more of a card advantage engine. Well, that's Dreams of Steel and Oil. Let's see what's in their hand. Nothing that we can get rid of. Sunfall, Split Up, Serum Snare. Wonderful. So good to play against a deck like this. We are prepared to deal with meta creature decks. Not this nonsense. Cool. Well, let us anoint with Nowhere to Run. Hey, it's a Phyrexian Vindicator. And I imagine this gets bounced back to our hand. Cool. I don't know why they would do that. They could have just split up it or sunfalled it. So we'll go ahead and force them to do that. Oh, they drew another counter spell? Is that what? Oh, the Fountain Port. I see. Well, now they attack in with the fish. Yep, Sunfall. Cool. Alright then. Next, in turn. Nissa. Okay. Alright. We need something big. And let's get rid of Nissa. And then they have to split up. There it is. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and anoint with affliction there. And cast an armored armadillo. Good lord. This is a slog, isn't it? Cool. And Jace, the perfected mind. Okay. What did they hit? Oh. Okay, things are taking a turn for the worst here. Where is our Sunfall? Where? Oh my god. Okay then. Well, let's go ahead and kill the 9/9. That does nothing because they're just going to keep on making more. Wonderful. Love it. I love to play up against a bunch of nonsense. We are having a hell of a day today. Cannot win a game to save our life. Not a chance. Not happening. I had to scrap the first hour's video because absolutely terrible matchups, absolutely terrible games. This one's not looking much better. Yep. Well, let's see if this deck we put together to combat the meta actually finds a meta deck to play against. Or draws anything relevant. Come on. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit better. Let's get rid of the Shard Mage's Rescue because we have the Soul Surge. So in theory, we should be able to protect ourselves from an instant. Don't say hello to me. I know that means you're running a terribly, terribly offensive, crazy deck. Alright, Soul Search. And let's get rid of... Survey says... Not the Spectral Sailor. I guess we're gonna get rid of... Shieldred. Look at him go. Alright then, well, if we play that, then they anoint it with affliction, and if we play this, they cut it down. We don't have any other recourse, so we have to get rid of something in their hand. Alright, hopefully they play the anoint with affliction on the armadillo, and then we can play the Ketramos. Nope, they said no. They said no. Alright, you gonna play it now? There you go. Nice. Alright. And now we'll Dreams of Steel and Oil on them. And get rid of Enduring Curiosity. They have a go for the throat in hand, not worried about that. Alright. Ketramos number 2. Oh, okay. They're drawing. What did you find? Our armadillo not making much use. We keep finding all these people with flyers. Gix's command. Wonderful. Alright, that's 2 of our Ketramos down. Let's Sunfall. Spyglass Siren. Are we going to be beaten to death by 1/1 flyers? Signs point to yes. Alright, Dreams of Steel and Oil. And, no. So, wait, why couldn't we... You're supposed to let us do the thing from the graveyard. You suck. You suck, game. They just drawn every bit of removal they cut down. Anoint with Affliction, Gix's command, Fairy Mastermind. Alright, Phyrexian Vindicator is all can't be cast. Even though we put this mana base together specifically to be able to cast both the Vindicator and the Obliterator. Wonderful. Shieldred, and we're done. I'm over it. I'm over it. Come on. I am so over this game. Just the odds of us drawing and our opponents drawing the way that they have today have been incredibly unfortunate. We just cannot seem to hit any kind of semblance of proper sequencing. Okay, well, this is looking better. Maybe they heard us talking about them. Okay, here we go. We're finally up against something that we are trying to play against. It only took us 7 games to find a meta deck to play against for our anti-meta deck. Imagine that. Alright, Dreams of Steel and Oil. And we will get rid of... oh my god. This is what I'm talking about, man. Monstrous Rage ×3 Burst Lightning. What is going on with the Shuffler? You're telling me that's coincidence? It happens all the time. We're never going to get a chance to cast any of those. Alright. Eventually we'll find a 4th land. Would be useful. cast Monstrous Rage on one of our guys? Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Come on. The mono red deck is on 4 lands. What is wrong with you, Shuffler? 5 lands. Hardfire Hero. Alright. Does it have haste? Alright. And now, what? Rockface Village? Okay, they're contemplating what to do here because they can't use the Rockface Village and cast more Monstrous Rages. That's fine with us. Apparently we can't find a 4th land to save our life, so we're going to go ahead and anoint with Affliction. Okay, that does nothing, opponent. That doesn't change its mana value. And it does not change the fact that it's being exiled, not killed. Alright, well, let's go ahead and... something tells me they don't have another creature for 1 mana value or less. Eventually we'll find that 4th land. My God, it'll be glorious. If it's a white mana. But see, this is what we built this deck to do. Stop mono red. Stop all these crazy shenanigans going on with discard decks in the way of the Metropolis Reformer. And we finally found someone that we built this deck to play against. Like only half the meta, only half the people playing the game. But we seem to be having trouble finding those, thanks to a little thing called Matchmaker. But when we do, we get soul roped. That's why this is the pretty hate machine. Alright, I got nothing. A Braid, Burst Lightning, Monstrous Rage. Well, they have scooped. They have left us. They have gone. They've shut off their device and walked away. Fun times. Hey. Hello, everybody. Let's just take a deep breath together. It has been a trying time. You ready? Well, we're waiting for our opponent to time out. Inhale through the nose. Hold it. Exhale slow out the mouth. One more. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Feels good. Goodbye, mono red. Hello, white Manosaurus, except it's not a white Manosaurus. God, okay. Well, we could do this. We're just gonna go ahead and get some damage in, or force him to scoop. I have a feeling that this times them out. If they happen to get lucky and draw a haze creature and find 2 more monstrous rages are enough to deal 19 damage to us because we did this even through a blocker, well then good on them. I'd rather just win on our turn through inaction. 3 monstrous rages in hand. 3. Opening hand. All we needed was a little patience. Here we go. Let's do a bonus game. I don't like going out like that. Let's see if we can Standard Mage 3 achievement accomplished. We'll go over our achievements tomorrow on our Achievement Hunters Lodge. I've got something planned to get one of those harder to claim achievements, so make sure you tune in for that if you're an achievement hunter like myself. Start that show around 10 Central European time in the morning, right here on Twitch. And of course we will rebroadcast to YouTube. Alright, what did we do, opponent? What did we do to let you deserve to go first? At least we have the mana this time for the Phyrexian Vindicator or Obliterator. We got them both covered if we draw the other one as well. So I think our answer is Shadowy Backstreet into Caves, into Restless Fortress into Caves. Seems good. Let's see what our opponent plays. They get the Mole. He's looking for a clue. That looks suspiciously like an ultraviolet light looking for bodily fluids. Yeah, I'm getting some creepy vibes off that Mole. Alright, Underground Mortuary. Fun times ahead. Hey, we did find an Obliterator. Do we actually get to do the thing? Do we actually get to do it? That would be amazing. Alright, blue, white, green, or blue, white, black, green. What's this 4-color reanim? Leyline by. Okay, it's Overlords. Alright, Soul Search, yeah. Auto pay, take the hit. And, oh my. Okay. Well, let's get rid of the cease and desist. I guess they're some kind of omniscience deck. It makes our creature removal look a little silly. Alright, well, let's go with Obliterator. Yeah, auto pay. Well, what do you have to say about that? Alright, we'll take action and grab ourselves a Plains. And next turn we can Obliterator. And into Vindicator. I like the Shard Mage's Rescue here. I don't know if it's going to be in time. Alright, Phyrexian Vindicator, we got them. We got them both in play. That was the goal. I'm glad we played one more game. We have them both in play, back to back. That is the whole shebang. And they already pitched the Leyline Binding, too. That is excellent. Alright. This town is not big enough, they say. Well, I say, Shard Mage's Rescue. Leyline Binding, okay. They did find another Leyline Binding. That's unfortunate. And they recast the Overlord Impending. What do we... Well, for a moment we had it all. For a moment we had it all. Invasion of Arcavios. We'll find them a doppelgang. Okay. Sweet. And then... Yep. Alright then. Well, we have nothing. We got nothing going on here. They have managed to remove every single thing that we've put down. 3 steps ahead. Gonna draw into some cards. Probably find more removal for whatever we play. Once again, meta deck. Where? What is meta? It's so crazy that these things have a casting cost. Alright. And they find another doppelgang. And a 3 steps ahead. Cool. Alright, well, we need a sunfall. That is not a sunfall. That is not anything. That is nothing. Cool. Alright, that's going to do it for us today. It has been an absolutely miserable day on the standard ladder. I hope you've enjoyed our pain. We have certainly suffered for it. Yeah. If you want, you know what, I will say this. These decks I brewed up, they were for fun. We didn't find any fun games today. But this one right here has been my go-to little insider clip here. And if you're looking for a deck to rank up, this is my deck right now that I'm enjoying. It's really punishing. Turn 2, turn 3, easily turn 4 wins. So yeah, take a screenshot. You'll love it. You'll like it. It's prowess. You're drawing cards. You're protecting your stuff. You got the old the Storm Chaser's talent recursion going on for in instants and sorceries. It's a punisher. I like it. Yeah, with that being said, that's going to bring it to the end of the show here. Yeah, as always, love one another. Be cool. Don't be a jerk. Have fun playing Magic the Gathering on Arena. If your opponents will allow you, or Shuffler or Matchmaker will allow. If you're not having fun, take a break. Just take a break. Switch it up. Play Brawl. Well, that's what we're going to do Friday, our Brawl on Friday edition. And it's always a breath of fresh air, especially after dealing with shenanigans like today. Until then, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow on our Achievement Hunters Lodge, where we're creating bespoke decks to go after tough-to-get achievements. Until then.